In a heart-wrenching turn of events in the Final Four, Duke's dream season came crashing down in a dramatic collapse that left star freshman Cooper Flagg and the entire Blue Devils devastated. With just 20 seconds remaining in a nail-biter against Houston, Duke clung to a one-point lead and one last chance to secure its first NCAA championship in years. The defining moment unfolded when Duke, determined to erase the dwindling lead, put Flagg in possession on the wing. Eyes locked on his target, Flagg drove left and briefly got Houston's Jawan Roberts on his hip. A help defender then stepped in, prompting Flagg to back down, pivot, and turn over his left shoulder in an attempt to create space with his offhand. Known for his reliability on the short pull-up jumper, a shot he has nailed dozens of times throughout the season, Flagg's attempt that night, however, clanked off the front rim. The miss, as it turned out, would prove to be the spark for Houston's historic rally. After the missed shot, the chain reaction began. With the ball bouncing off the rim, the ensuing scramble saw a controversial call. Flagg was whistled for a foul on the rebound, sending Jawan Roberts to the free throw line with Houston in the bonus. The call immediately drew criticism from the CBS broadcast team, with analyst Bill Raftery insisting, "That's a play-on to me," arguing that Flagg appeared to be simply reaching for the ball after being screened out. Former Duke standout Grant Hill agreed, questioning whether contact warranted a foul at all. The fallout was immediate. Roberts calmly sank both free throws to give Houston a 68-67 lead, the first time they had taken the lead since earlier in the game. With the clock winding down, Duke's chances evaporated further. Houston then forced another stop on a missed jumper by Flagg, and with only seconds remaining, LJ Scheyer hit two clutch free throws to seal the comeback win. For Duke, the collapse was a bitter blow. The Blue Devils had controlled the game for 35 minutes, even extending their lead to 67-61 with less than a minute remaining, only to see that advantage slip away in a matter of seconds. In the immediate aftermath, Flagg was visibly distraught, retreating to midcourt, clapping his hands in frustration, and even miming the shot in a desperate gesture for a do-over that would never come. Coach John Scheyer's post-game words captured the anguish felt by the team. "For the rest of my life, I'll have no regrets with number 2 with the ball 6 feet from the basket," he remarked, hinting at the frustration over missed opportunities and critical errors that defined the final moments. Teammate Kelvin Sampson added that once Duke hit that pivotal three-pointer by Emmanuel Sharp, there's game pressure, and the team simply couldn't respond. Flagg, who led Duke in nearly every major statistical category this season, and was the linchpin behind a campaign that had every eye on him as the presumptive number 1 pick in the 2025 NBA draft, summed up the heartbreak with tears in his eyes. Didn't end the way we wanted it to, but still an incredible year. As Houston players celebrated in the background and Duke walked off the court dejected, the collapse will undoubtedly haunt the Blue Devils for years to come. A stark reminder that even the brightest dreams can shatter in a single fateful moment.
What's going on, college basketball fans? The Final Four delivered an absolute gut-wrenching finish, especially if you're a Duke Blue Devils fan. Tonight, we're diving into the heartbreaking end to what was a dream season for freshman phenom Cooper Flagg, as Duke suffered a stunning collapse against the Houston Cougars in the national semifinals. Get ready for a roller coaster of emotions as we break down this dramatic game. The video you sent over paints a vivid picture of the final tense moments, with the score just 68-67 in favor of Houston. The ball was in the hands of the player everyone expected it to be, Cooper Flagg. Eyes locked in, his face etched with determination. Flagg held the ball on the wing, patiently waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. He had one shot to erase a 1-point deficit, one chance to keep Duke's national title hopes alive, and one opportunity to wipe away the memory of a shocking late-game meltdown that was unfolding before our eyes. Flagg initially drove left, getting Houston's Jawan Roberts on his hip, but a help defender stepped into his path, forcing Flagg to adjust. He then backed Roberts down, turned over his left shoulder, and created some space with his offhand. The short pull-up jumper he attempted is a shot that has fallen for him countless times this season. But this time, the ball clanked off the front iron, sending the Houston faithful inside the Alamodome into a frenzy of celebration and leaving Flagg and his star-studded Duke team completely shattered and shell-shocked. After the devastating 70-67 loss, when asked to describe that final sequence, a visibly emotional Cooper Flagg stated that the Blue Devils executed the play exactly as head coach Jon Scheyer had drawn it up. "Took it into the paint. Thought I got my feet set. Rose up," Flagg said, his voice heavy with disappointment. "Left it short obviously, but it's a shot I'm willing to live with in that scenario." Outside the somber Duke locker room, Coach Scheyer echoed those sentiments, showing his unwavering belief in his star freshman. "For the rest of my life, I'll have no regrets with number 2 with the ball 6 feet from the basket," Scheyer said, his words filled with both pride and heartache. The sight of Duke walking off the Alamodome court in utter dejection on Saturday night was undoubtedly the biggest surprise of this NCAA tournament up to this point. While all 4 number 1 seeds made it to the Final Four, Duke was widely considered a cut above the rest, boasting the presumptive number 1 pick in this year's NBA draft in Cooper Flagg, along with 2 more projected lottery picks and a strong supporting cast of veteran role-players. When the Blue Devils reflect on how a potential national title slipped through their fingers, Flagg's final missed shot might not be the moment that haunts them the most. Instead, they'll likely replay the flurry of mistakes that allowed Houston to relentlessly claw their way back from significant deficits. They trailed 59-45 with just 8:17 left on the clock, 64-55 with 3:03 remaining, and even 67-61 with less than a minute to go. The comeback started innocently enough for Houston, with a missed box out here and a sloppy turnover there by Duke. Houston then kicked the door open a little wider with a crucial defensive stop after their coach, Kelvin Sampson, bravely chose not to foul while still down by 6 points. But the pivotal moment might have come when Flagg and Zion James had a critical miscommunication on how to defend a ball screen on Houston's ensuing possession. This left Emmanuel Sharp wide open on the right wing for a momentum-shifting three-pointer that cut Duke's lead to just 3 points with only 33 seconds left. "Once we hit that three, now there's game pressure," Houston coach Sampson astutely pointed out. And the Blue Devils, who had become accustomed to being ahead by 20-plus points for much of this season, did not respond well to that late-game pressure. On the ensuing inbound pass, Sampson made a strategic move, putting JoJo Tugler on the ball, hoping the sophomore's impressive 7'6" wingspan could force a turnover. Sampson even believed Houston should have gotten a 5-second call before a Duke timeout, joking that the referee was counting so slow. Duke seemingly aided Houston's quest for a turnover by repeatedly running the same inbound play. This predictability allowed Houston's Mylik Wilson to knock away Zion James's floating inbound pass intended for Flagg. Just seconds later, Houston was within a single point after Tugler's emphatic putback dunk. While Duke did manage to inbound the ball cleanly the next time, things only went from bad to worse. Not only did Tyrese Proctor miss the front end of a crucial 1-and-1 free throw opportunity, but Flagg was then whistled for a controversial over-the-back foul while trying to tip the rebound away from Houston's J'Wan Roberts. That sent Roberts, a fifth-year senior who had worked tirelessly to improve his free throw shooting after making just 51.1% last season, to the foul line with a chance to take the lead. Roberts later revealed that he had been shooting up to 150 free throws a night in preparation for moments exactly like this. With the pressure mounting, Roberts stepped confidently to the free throw line. Swish went the first one. Roberts then gestured for the roaring crowd to quiet down before stepping back to the line for the second shot. "Swish again," said Roberts afterwards. "To tell you the honest truth, going up to the free throw line, I wasn't really nervous at all just 'cause of the work that I put in." Just moments earlier, this Final Four matchup appeared destined to end in a Duke coronation. Cooper Flagg was on track to be hailed as a deserving National Player of the Year and an all-time great one-and-done talent. Coach Scheyer would have received immense praise for seamlessly succeeding the legendary Mike Krzyzewski. And players like Con Newpol, Kamen Maluak, and Tyrese Proctor would have left Duke as legends who played key roles on a national championship-winning team. But when Roberts sank those 2 clutch free throws, those dreams began to flicker and ultimately fade away. Duke was suddenly down by 1 point, needing a basket against the nation's best defense. Their dominant 35-win season had come down to a single, agonizing final play. Coach Scheyer called a timeout. But there was never any doubt where the ball was going. It was always going to be in the hands of Cooper Flagg, the phenomenal freshman who led Duke in almost every major statistical category this season. The guy who had helped the Blue Devils build their lead against Houston by scoring a game-high 27 points. Everybody knew who was going to get it. Houston coach Sampson said, "Jawan Roberts. I thought he did an awesome job of getting his hands up high enough that it wasn't an easy look." Seconds after his potential game-winning shot missed, Flagg retreated to mid-court and clapped his hands together in obvious disgust and frustration. He then pantomimed the short pull-up jumper, as if desperately hoping against hope for a do-over that would never come. Houston then iced the game with 2 more free throws. Duke's last-gasp final possession resulted in a wayward, desperation heave from Tyrese Proctor as the final buzzer sounded, and Cooper Flagg left the court utterly devastated, the Houston players celebrating their stunning victory in the background. "Frankly, we did what we wanted to do," a disappointed coach Scheyer said. "I thought our guys followed the game plan, controlled the game. We had the lead for 35 minutes, winning by 6 with 1:15 to go." The memory of this crushing loss will undoubtedly stick with Cooper Flagg for a long time. He will surely go on to accomplish amazing things in the NBA, where he's projected to be the #1 overall pick. But this was almost certainly his one and only shot at an NCAA national championship. When asked to sum up the season, a tearful Flagg simply answered, "Didn't end the way we wanted it to, but still an incredible year." What were your emotions watching this incredible Final Four game? Were you as stunned as we were by Duke's late collapse? And what do you think the future holds for Cooper Flagg in the NBA? Share your thoughts and reactions in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more college basketball highlights and analysis, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future content. We'll see you in the next one.